Hey guys, I'm here. So, no, I didn't cut my hair. It's in a ponytail. Letting it grow. It is Suicide Prevention Awareness Week. It started Monday, but I haven't been able to get on and make a video in a while because I'm going through cosmetology school and all that other weird stuff, and there's a lot of drama that's been going on. But I want to talk about this week because on Monday I wore yellow because for the yellow ribbon project, and I have a yellow ribbon on my backpack, and it's faded right now, but I have rose on my arm, and I have courage on this one, but they're both kind of faded because showers. But I want to talk about this because I dealt with it for 3 to 4 years. I was hurting myself no matter how. I was cutting, scratching, burning. I was doing all of it. Any way that I could find to hurt myself, I was doing. And it got to the point where I would have to do it every day when I woke up, and then every day before I went to bed. It was that bad. And there's not very many visible scars on my arm, but on my thighs there are a crap ton, because that was the worst place that I cut. For those 3 to 4 years, I was very, if you want to go by stereotypes, emo. Not just because I cut myself, but my style. I don't like stereotypes. I don't like when people are like, because I tell them that I used to dress really emo, like they're all like, oh my god, did you cut yourself? Like, yeah, I did fucking cut myself, but it wasn't just because I was emo. My style was emo, and it was hoodies and a shit ton of bracelets and pants every day, even in the summertime, for those 4 years. And March 5th, this past March 5th was my 1 year of sobriety. So I quit when I was 16. No. 15? I don't know. I'm 17 now, and this coming March 5th will be my 2 years of sobriety. Of course I've had a few fallouts. Everybody does with any addiction. It really pisses me off when people say that cutting is not an addiction. It is. It is one of the worst addictions out there, because it is so hard to overcome. It's like alcoholism. It's like drug abuse. It's everything. It's like every other addiction. And at first, yeah, I did replace it with other addictions, like piercings, my ears. All of my ear piercings are because I was trying to replace cutting with another addiction. And I realized, I can't do that. The piercings I have now, like my lip or my nose or my belly buttons, I sound like I have multiple belly buttons, my 2 belly button piercings, those are because I like piercings. When I get my tongue done, it's because I like piercings. It's not because I'm trying to replace cutting anymore, because I overcame cutting. I overcame hurting myself. Self-harm is a really serious thing. And you can't just do it every day. You can't do it. You gotta stop. If you are cutting, you have to stop before it gets bad. I've lost people to suicide before. I've lost people because they've been cutting, and then they went to rehab, and then they just stopped talking to me. I've had that happen before. My friend was cutting, and I told her mom, and she hated me up until this year. But then when she finally did talk to me again, she said thank you. Thank you for telling my mom, because now I'm so much stronger. I'm not cutting anymore. And, it makes me sad to see other people going through what I've been through. It really does. Like, I have so many scars that I can't even count. And, at first I did replace it with smoking. I did. Now I'm addicted to smoking. Go figure. And, I replaced it with a lot of different things. But once I started dyeing my hair, that became a really good thing for me, because once I started dyeing my hair, every time I wanted to hurt myself, I would distract myself by just dyeing my hair. And yeah, a lot of people would be like, oh my god, your hair must be dead. It's not. I just got off the break, I'm sorry. I replaced a horrible, horrible addiction with something okay. But if you're ever thinking about suicide, don't do it. I've gone to the point where I've actually written out my suicide note, and I've put it somewhere, and I've had a handful of things that I could do to kill myself. I've blacked out before, to the point where I have thought about where if I black out, all I see are just multiple ways to kill myself. I have attempted suicide, and the reason I quit cutting is, I'm going to share a little something a little personal with you guys. I forgot that I cut my thighs, and me and my family were at Target, and me and my sister went to the bathroom, and I completely forgot that I cut my thighs because it just didn't hurt anymore, because I couldn't feel it. So I went to pull my pants down to go to the bathroom, and my sister saw them. My little sister, the one that looks up to me, and she told my mom, and my mom threw me to rehab. She said, if you don't stop, I'm sending you to rehab. And I stopped for a while, and then I fell back into it. And yeah, I've had fallouts, okay? I have I'm sorry carved into my leg because of things that I've been through. The reason I started self-harming is because of bullying. Because I hated my body. Because I hated the way I looked when I looked in the mirror. Because of the abuse from my dad. Because of everybody that I've ever, like every significant other that I've ever loved has left me. And because of the fact that I have had miscarriages before. Yes, I'm a lesbian, but I did fool around with guys, okay, I'm not gonna lie. The first guy I fell in love with, I had a baby. Or almost had a baby. I got pregnant. I had a miscarriage. And it tore me apart. And from that point on, I was doing anything to get rid of the pain. I started cutting again. I started piercing my ears again, like all the way up. Because before then, I only had the two first ones. Just these two. I don't have an earring in this one. And then I started doing more. And I started smoking. I started drinking. I started doing anything to keep the pain away. But I realized that you can't replace something bad with something that's also bad. You can't. It's not going to help you. It's going to hinder you. It's going to hurt you. When you cut yourself, you're hurting. You're in so much pain that you don't know what else to do anymore. But then you cut, and it brings more pain. I know for me, when I used to cut, sorry, I'm drinking a Red Bull, kind of, when I used to cut, it used to make me feel better. I would cut, and I'd be like, smiles for the rest of the day, because I knew that underneath my bracelets, or underneath my hoodie, or under my pants, my release was there. It got to the point where I wouldn't go anywhere without a razor. come in where I just needed to cut. I have anxiety. I don't know if you can see that, but my hand shakes really bad, which sucks because I wanted to be a tattoo artist at one point. I'm not going to be able to really do nails in cosmetology because of it. I write with this hand too, so it doesn't help my handwriting. It stops me from a lot of things. And honestly, I'd love to just take all of the things that built my stress and punch them all in the face, to be completely honest. Because I have to deal with it every day. I was diagnosed with chronic depression and severe anxiety when I was 10. 10 years old. So I've been dealing with it for 7 years. And it's hard to deal with. It really is. But you have to know that tomorrow is going to be okay. Okay, right now your life sucks. I understand. Right now mine's not the greatest either. But you can't see the brightness of tomorrow if you give up today. Don't let the problems of yesterday ruin today for you. And if you're ever feeling weak or contemplating suicide, message me on here. I'm always here for anybody that needs my help. I'm on every single day. I will give you messages. And I have my Tumblr in my info, so you can go on Tumblr and message me if you ever need somebody to talk to. Nobody should have to deal with it alone. You're not alone. If you're cutting or contemplating suicide, you need to talk to somebody. And if you don't want to talk to an adult, that's understandable. I didn't either. But talk to somebody that knows what you're going through, that's been there. I had somebody the other day tell me that cutting is not an addiction. It is. It's a really bad addiction. Self-harm. Not just cutting. Burning, scratching, pulling out your hair, anything that you do to hurt yourself. I can't tell you how many times I've broken my right hand by punching things. It's not good. You need to stop. I'm serious. You can't keep living life that way. You can't. I've overcame the addiction of cutting. Even last year, I was in a worse place than I am. I was still cutting on and off last year. So if you want to judge me and say then technically you're not years sober, okay, go ahead, because I could probably agree with you. I've had fallouts. It's an addiction. I'm not just going to be able to quit cold turkey. I never got that thing. But I have quit. I've stopped. Yesterday was such a bad day for me. I wanted to so bad. I wanted to cut so bad, but I didn't. Instead, I just went for a walk. My music, and I went for a walk. I had my phone, my iPod, and a pack of cigarettes. And I went for a 2-hour walk. My development's not that big at all. Yeah, I cried. Don't ever be afraid to cry. If you feel like you need to cry, cry. Don't hold it in. Never hold it in. Because if you hold it in, it's not going to be good for you in the end. So if you're feeling suicidal or like you want to hurt yourself, don't. Talk to somebody. Talk to me. I'm here. I know you feel lonely, but I'm here. I've through it. Everything's gonna be okay. I promise.